Hello everybody, Glitch Ripper here. I'm back for another mob battle, and I was going to show off more of Aliens vs Predator here with the Aethon. And I decided I'm gonna have him go up against things that I kinda went against last. Darn lips. I think that's better. Anyhow, I'm gonna have him go up against things that the Ultramorph went up against last time, but he is stronger, so the results are gonna be a bit different. Also, he may have a bit more reach in some situations due to a special ability. The thing is, he can actually fly around. Those wings are not just for show, and he does assume actual flight profile. So he can, he can actually reach into places pretty well. He's also very, very aggressive, so I probably won't be needing the Mob Enrager, and instead I've got the Mob Healer in case I can actually use it a few times. But we've got Chigamo in with the initial run from Thaumic Potatoes 2. And I will be having the Thuamcraft creatures in eventually as well. Although not too eventually, because this guy can fight pretty quickly. And vice versa. He kind of sent him spinning around. Kind of sent him flying off a little bit there. So he may have a decent amount of knockback. Okay, he didn't take too terribly much damage. Okay, so I gave him a quick recovery there, and now I'm going to have him go up against Zemniak, who, again, remember, is kind of like a Wither, but not exactly.
I have potato blood in my veins. I have potato blood in my veins.
Apparently they're slightly out of aggro distance with each other. Yeah, Ethan, see, this is why I usually start with a fresh one, is it also means it's closer, so. Because he flew out of the arena, I'm definitely going to have to do that. Well, I tried to use the healing method, but unfortunately, Ethan likes to fly away, so that happened. Okay, so round 2 with Zemniak. Hopefully this works out better. And they are going at it fast. Zemniak is definitely less than half. What's he at? Well, he is taking a lot more damage than with Chigamo. Mainly just a rush. Okay, okay. Because it takes him a while to die, he's actually following Aethon before he actually goes out. So that is kind of funny. Like a ghost version. Let me see if I could try this before he gets too distracted by outside creatures. And he's almost at the thing. So, yeah, that's an issue. But let's see if Frycook can actually get this guy's attention from the ground. Come on, aggro distance, please. Come on, please get within aggro. Nope, nope, he's outside. As soon as he goes out, I'm resetting distance completely. That also gets rid of any other mobs that happen to be lying around, so that takes care of that problem. So let's do this again with Aethon versus Frycook. So, are we loving it? And yes, this is a fresh arena, so you will see some of the battle damage happen live, kind of. Wow, he's chasing him across the center field here. Okay, going across the main floor. Will he reach a wall? Because if he chases him into a wall, then Frycook will kind of burrow into it a bit. But he can still reach him. Up. Yep, here we go with that. Right now he's just the edge. Still able to pound him a bit. Wow, he really burrowed him in. Okay, that was interesting. But remember, Frycook's fighting style is like a super evoker. So, yeah. Aethon has to deal with minions as well as magic attacks. And additionally, Aethon does have the disadvantage of being very distractible. Like, he's going after the minions like crazy and totally forgetting the main guy. He's like, I forget there's a main boss here. So, yeah. He might be having the attention span of a titan. We know how that goes from previous encounters, right? Of course, the French fries can phase through walls, so I could see why he's kind of distracted by them being in the wall. Oh, wow, he reached in and attacked. So, he might go for it. If he just flies low, he can do it again. And Frycook will wander out eventually. That also happens. Of course, we also have the potato spikes attack going again. Oh, I heard that. He did get hit. Aethon is down to his last 25% of his health. And Frycook is definitely more than that by a sizable margin. Like, he's probably at 80% health right now. If I could get my damage indicator to see him properly. Oh, Ethan's reaching in. He was about to try to do it. He's really trying to reach him this time. Okay. Ethan's flying around, but he doesn't have much left. That, oh wow, that was able actually to hit him in the air. So it must have just enough vertical to do that. Because it doesn't really have that much reach upward. It's mostly along the ground, and there he goes. So, out of the Thaumic Potatoes 2 bosses, Frycook can defeat Aethon, especially if he gets cornered. So cornering Frycook is not a good idea, but at the same time we've also learned, because of the extreme reach of being able to get in pretty much this far, that if you were fighting Aethon, you would probably not be able to just burrow you. You would not be able to just burrow yourself in very easily, because he does have reach, and as I said, that flight profile means he can actually get through a shorter space than it would otherwise look like he originally could. So he does have that little trick up his sleeve. Of course, being a xenomorph, he doesn't really have sleeves, so they are unnecessary for them. So, yeah. I will now continue on to the bosses from Thuamcraft 6. So we are definitely going with Eldritch powers here. And as this is a fresh arena, it will not be tainted by certain things that tend to show up. The Crimson Praetor will be basically round 1, because it's kind of a semi-boss, I mean, it counts as a boss, but again, he's summoned by another boss. So he's kind of the underboss, I guess you could say. He does deal a lot of damage to the Crimson Praetor at once. Like, I keep seeing 11s compared to 3s and 4s coming in from from Aethon in the other direction. So, yeah, there's definitely a damage bias here, but the Crimson Praetor just does not have much HP. So he goes down pretty quick. But Aethon was just about down to his last 25% in that rapid fire rumble. So you can see how just a few more reinforcements would have taken care of things and gotten rid of Aethon. That's something that I'm going to show off just a little bit kind of at the end, because after that he's going to go up against the entire Crimson Cult. So, yeah. So, another Aethon here. But before that, he has to go against the other Eldritch bosses, because we have the Eltridge Warden. I think I'm going to make him rise from that, just to make it look extra cool. Wow, Aethon ran through before he even got attacked. So he's getting himself hit by kind of a variation of taint. It's more like taint lightning. Would that be lightning? Kind of. Now, the thing is that he does have a buffer shield, and Aethon is basically melting through that. I mean, you can see how fast that's down. It's almost completely out. The thing about the about my damage indicator variation here is it does... Oh, nice lightning. Oh, he's going full Sith Lord. That took down Aethon quite a bit. But now he's getting his main health bar pecked at. Might I add... Oh, wow. There's some cool attacks going on there. He did that Eldritch Scream thing. Thing is, Aethon will take damage from just being around in this area, as long as he's on the ground. But the Eldritch Warden is starting to get melted down too. Oh, Aethon's really down farther than I first thought. That Eldritch Lightning really blasted him down. Wow. Oh, Eldritch Warden won this time. Okay, that's impressive. Last time he didn't, and I can see now that his runic shielding actually regenerates too, so... Okay, so this guy is still pretty powerful. In fact, I'd like to show round 2 on that one. Whoa. That's freaky. I think it's because of... Yeah, it's because he did something that way. Yeah, I'd like to show a round 2 on that, because last time I was testing that out, it went the other way. So this might be a 50-50 situation here. So I'm going round 2 on this one, because I am curious. Will I be able to show it go the other way on camera. Otherwise, just take my word for it. But Aethon can take down the Eldritch Warden. So that means it might be a 50-50 type thing, where just sometimes one wins and sometimes the other. So they might actually be about even in strength. And judging just by HP, that would be true, but again, the Eldritch Warden has a buffer shield. And that doesn't register on the damage indicators. So, yeah, that's something that's not exactly foreseen but okay, those were some nice attacks. Oh, he's going full lightning. He teleported and then used his lightning while he was farther away. So he has some good moves there. How's Aethon's health doing? Not so good. And might I add, Aethon will take damage as long as he's in that Eldritch Electricity over there. So he will just take it from just standing around. But Aethon does deal pretty good damage back to him and vice versa. You know, it might be about 1 in 3. It might be about 1 in 3 that Aethon wins against this guy. I think it's probably better whenever he backs this guy into a wall. Because that's kind of what happened last time that he actually won against him. So I'm thinking that this may be a bit more situational than I first thought. But that is surprising, so congrats, Eldritch Warden. You have proven yourself stronger overall after I first thought it was going the other way. So, thanks for surprising me on camera. That's always pleasant. So, I mean, you never know. Sometimes these things just happen. It's one of the reasons why I do this. So, Eldritch Warden has managed to come out ahead on that one. And it takes a while for that Eldritch Lightning on the ground to wear off, but it does eventually, trust me. I've seen it wear off over time. So now I'm going to have Aethon go up against the Eldritch Construct, which is another one of the classic Thuamcraft 6 bosses. And he's just rushing right at him. But remember, he does act a bit like a golem, but also with some extra abilities. Let's see if Aethon gets him mad enough to use them. Because it's kind of a desperation mode sort of thing. So let's see if he can make this guy go on overdrive. Come on, go for it. Please, second stage. There we go. Note that he heals like crazy during this time, and Aethon does not have any kind of healing. He does have a lot of initial HP, but that's not always enough. And now this guy's actually using ranged attacks as well. It's kind of like a hit-scanning laser from his robot-like head. It's like an Eldritch eye. Okay, so it's like a pulse laser, but he did take out the Eldritch Construct despite going into Phase 2 overdrive. But he did it with less than 25% of his starting health. So, yeah, he took a big one there. I've got congrats. So, give you a heal, and you will go on to fight the giant Tentacle. Wait. He landed into the Eldritch Lightning. As I said, that stays there for a while. So he's taking hits. Let's just distract him with this over here. I don't think 2 HP is going to be a big difference. Aethon, where are you? Oh yeah, that's right, the whole disappearing act. I almost forgot about that. Now the giant Tentacle has a lot lower HP, but it has a special proximity attack that deals a lot of damage. Of course, Aethon's wrecking its HP as well, so I'm not sure which one's going to go down first. Okay, he took down the giant Tentacle. Again with about 25% or less. So he's down to his last 90 HP, but apparently he can do it. And I think giant Tentacles might have variable stats. So let's see if that acts a little differently with another one. Is this another round 2 type situation? Yeah, it's basically saying that it has less than its full health starting. So that's a bit different. They do kind of vary their health over time in a weird way. They always work kind of weird that way, like the only one I've seen do that. Okay. Again, this is like Invisifight. Okay, we get the same result. So, yeah. Aethon winds up winning in the end over the giant Tentacle, one of the few creatures I've ever seen pull that off. Because they are pretty powerful in melee range. Like, without armor, they can one-shot you. So that is saying something. So that's also why Aethon took so much damage so quickly as well. So they were both basically just pummeling each other, with me only being able to see the giant Tentacle. So I'm getting that weird graphical thing that I had with the Ultramorph. So if you don't see one of the aliens, it's probably because their advanced models is something else kind of cancels out. So there is that. So just think about that. They might have some slight graphical issues. I don't know on which side that is, but seems to only be working with the giant Tentacle right now. So not entirely sure. So now we have the complete Crimson Cult, starting with the Greater Crimson Portal. So I'll let it go through its summoning sequence, because I figured out now that it's kind of almost invulnerable for a while until it starts letting itself lose health. Whenever it does that, I can put in Aethon. Because until then, it'll just go through this sequence that's automatic. And once I see a Praetor, I'll know it's about ready. Here, Praetor, Praetor, Praetor. Here, Praetor, Praetor, Praetor. No Praetor yet. Here, Praetor, Praetor, Praetor. Come on. We're all waiting for you. That's just another night. Come on. You can do it. You know it's your big final summon. Come on. I've also seen the aliens get stuck at this point for a while because something about this has them just kind of stand on top of it while before it gets to its actual final stage of summoning. There we go. Then what'll happen is it'll regen so fast that nothing can really hurt it. It's like invincible until you let it go down. So you kind of got to let it do its thing first. Now, he's up against the whole Crimson Cult now, so... Oh, and it actually took some damage. I don't know if that was from him. They may have accidentally shot their own master. But he is going around pummeling various Crimson Cult members, but there's just so many of them that I don't think he's going to last, because he is up against an entire army. So this is Battle Royale style, but not entirely, because it's all against one. And there he goes. I just got more of the alien armor set. You do get pieces of that for defeating him. In fact, let me check to see what all is kind of just shown up in my bag real quick. I mainly got the head again, apparently. But I have gotten the other pieces over time from the different aliens, so you can get them by defeating the various xenomorphs. So that's a thing. But it seems the Crimson Cult is collectively stronger. So that's an interesting thing to think of. The Praetor may fall on its own, but not with its allies, which is how you would naturally encounter it, might I add. Although I'm not sure if you actually can in this version of Thuamcraft. I'm not sure if that was ever really implemented, but the mobs are available for mob battles, so it is nice of Asnor to have left those in, so thank you for that. I've had real fun with them. So we went through Thaumic Potatoes 2 and Thuamcraft 6 with Aethon, which again is doing this exact same thing, where it doesn't show up as an item, but it clearly shows up as a model in your hand again, and looks like I'm just dragging them around. So that whole thing happened again as well. Just something to kind of get used to with this mod until they fix that. It's kind of weird because it actually, like, if I go into creative here, well, I am in creative already, but if I find the mobs here, you can actually see what their full models look like for the most part. Although there are a few that are kind of a little off like this as well, like Aethon and Ultramorph. So it may not be with all of them. It may just be with a few of them that they have that exact issue. I mean, the Xenomorph Queen. Let's just take a moment. Nope, that has now reverted. It seems like every time I grab one into my hand, it starts doing that. Okay, that one's not, because I'm kind of wondering how this works. That one does it. So a good portion of these have this weird thing that they do, where they suddenly have their model, like, it still works when you actually look at it in other perspectives, and like including first person, but the item itself just disappears in terms of its icon. I don't know what's causing that. I don't think it's really disappeared completely. It looks like they shrink. It's like they micro size or something. That is weird. But anyhow, that has been enough of the actual mob battle, and I have figured out some mob battles for the future, including some actual additional opponents for sea serpents. It may take a little extra setup to get the sea serpent mob battles working, but there are a few more I've found out that are in this version, including some dinosaurs actually, so that could be interesting. I mean, I think that would be my first one using fossils and archaeology revival mod, but I mean, that would be a good way to premiere it because for the most part, I haven't seen too many good aquatics out there to actually do fighting, but now that that's back, and this one is too, it's just going to be awesome. Because you wouldn't have thought about it at first, but so far 1.12.2 has been a great version for mob battles. I've done probably a good portion, if not most of my mob battles in this version, so think of some like that to look forward to, because they will be coming up eventually. For now, we've had some interesting results with the Aethon and up against the Thaumic bosses. Some that did not go the way that they originally did in testing, and that did surprise me. Eltridge Warden came out way ahead, so I'm going, okay, thank you. Thanks for surprising me. It's been very entertaining. And I hope you also got that out of this too. For now, this will be Glitch Reaper. I'll be logging off for now. Hope to hear from you all later, and bye for now, everybody. Oh, I'm hitting shift rather. Okay, never mind. I got it.